What's up, Metal Summoners? We're right back at you guys. Thank you again on behalf of the Doro Camp for having us yesterday. And we are right back on schedule. We're hitting you guys with a double dose of TMS, the Metal Summit action this week. It has been a great, awesome ride as always. We're cruising on towards the end of 2023, and we are super duper stoked to continue to bring these bitchin' episodes to you guys every week. So thank you guys, as always, for tuning in and showing how much that you care about the artists, them getting out there, and the music that they play. So welcome back to your Island of Misfit Toys. We've got Angel Alamo, and of course, we've got myself. And we are so super stoked, as always, to have you guys. And before we jump into our interview, Angel and I have a couple of things that we wanted to give some shout outs to, as well as stuff that we just wanted to remind you guys that we've got going on. So a little bit of short story time that I'm going to kick off the episode with is, so I went out with Megan last week to go see Wednesday 13. A lot of you Metal Summoners know how much I love that band, love him. Megan's a big fan as well. And if you're unfamiliar with him, he's had his long-standing band Wednesday 13 for many, many years. But before that, he did a band with Joey Jordison from Slipknot called the Murder Dolls. A fantastic band. Had a lot of touring musicians in there like Eric Griffin from the Genitorturers, AC Slade from Dope, and a lot of other really, really amazing people that have played for him. But that was always a fantastic project. Well, you guys all know that, unfortunately, Joey has left us, and Wednesday is currently touring the U.S. as doing a full Murder Doll set, because a lot of people might either not know or forget that Jack Tankersley and Ramon Sermon of the Wednesday 13 band were in the final lineup of the Murder Dolls. So it's actually still it's very cool that they're doing this project, doing these sets, and because you're still getting 3/5 of what we knew to be the final Murder Dolls. So that's very, very cool. But anyway, the real part of story time. That show was out in Lilith, PA, and Megan and I drove into Lancaster as kind of a pregame. We were meeting up with some friends, and we drove into Lancaster to check out this brand new bar that's now open. It's called the Coffin Bar. And I know that that's not really going to shock anybody that we would go storming the gates of a place called the Coffin Bar. But I really got to tell everybody, this place was absolutely fantastic. The waitresses were absolutely fantastic. The bartenders absolutely killed it. It was a very, very cool vibe. It was small, it was intimate, but had a lot of just awesome vibe to it. Very dark, a lot of cool decor, coffins all over the place, but a really, really excellent menu. We sampled some of their specialty cocktails. I did it was like a vodka sour with like beet juice cocktail. Really, really cool that I really dug. Megan was looking at me like I was crazy while I was eating this, drinking this thing, but it was super duper cool. She did this really fresh orange crush that was really awesome, and we sampled the menu a little bit with the food that they did. She had their house burger, the coffin burger, which was excellent, and I did these pierogies, these like Philly cheesesteak pierogies that they do. But anyway, it's really, really cool. It was a great environment. The people were very, very nice. And they also had very, very cool like merch that Megan and I hit up and stuff. So we got a couple of t-shirts, and they gave us some stickers and stuff like that. But guys, just like you support, big bands, as well as the value of supporting your smaller regionals and national touring bands, make sure that you're supporting like small businesses and stuff like that, because these were genuinely good people. They really treated us like kings and queens, and Megan and I left with a big smile on our face and a full belly, and it was just a really, really great experience. So anybody who's in the area of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, check out the Coffin Bar. It is small and fills up quick, so definitely make sure that you guys put in reservations if you want an extended time. But we just sat at the bar, and we had a really, really good time. So thank you very much to the Coffin Bar in Lancaster, PA, for your hospitality to when me and Megan were there for Wednesday 13. So we really, really appreciate you guys for that. Angel, let's kick it over to you, my guy. So why don't you take this segment, because you and I are teaming up in about a month for something very cool.
Yes, we are. December 30th at the Tourist Inn. We're hosting an awesome show. We're going to have Silvertone. Bad with my memory. Silvertone. We also got
Illusions of Grandeur and Hate Grenade.
Yep. So we have 3 bands. So for $10, you get to see 3 awesome bands before New Year's Eve, and you get to meet us. We're actually going to be there hosting, taking pictures, running around like crazy. Mm-hmm. I'll be eating chicken wings and running around. So
absolutely, we'll have TMS. We'll have TMS merch.
Yep.
and all
I
that
mean,
stuff.
what more? What more could you want for $10?
Yeah,
Right on.
absolutely. I mean, 3 bands for $10. I mean, I think we can find a way to put $3.33 per band to a show. So
Right, right.
I think that's definitely safe. But no, absolutely, we appreciate Teresa Lynn for inviting us, and it's definitely going to be a good time. Speed and Jimmy from Silver Tongue have been on the show, and Speed's been on twice. And Illusions of Grandeur with Maggie and CM have been on. And it's also going to be very cool to get to see them play with Hey Grenade. So it's a cool little family affair.
Absolutely.
Sorry, the chicken wings are not included with the $10. No, right?
Nope.
The restaurant would kill us.
Yeah, seriously. Oh yeah, just come in and mention the Metal Summit and just get all the wings you can eat. Yeah, they'll love us for that.
Oh yeah, they'll kill us.
I'm on my way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right on.
We'll be washing dishes
absolutely.
for 2024.
Yeah. So that's going to be a great way to kick into the new year and end the current year. So we're really, really stoked about that. So thank you again to Teresa Lynn and Rebel Heart for the upcoming event at Tourist Inn. We're really, really stoked to that. And thanks again to the Coffin Bar for their hospitality. But now, Metal Summoners, it is time. So let me talk to you. More importantly, let us talk to him. You know this guy from being a TMS alumni,
Yes.
all these great projects that he's done, and he continues to hold it down and rock out with Hammer Down Hard. So we've got the man, Lonnie Hammer, is back on the Metal Summit. What's up, brother? It's been a minute.
Man, it's nice to
3
talk to
years.
y'all again. Nice shirt, Angel. Love it.
Oh, thank you.
You are the man. Rock. No, it's nice to be back. What, it's been, 3 years, 4 years?
3 years, September 9th, 2020.
Wow. Lots
Yeah.
have changed, The Angel's hair's getting long. And,
Yeah.
me and Jay go way back.
Yeah. It's been a minute for that. Absolutely. That's been a long brotherhood, my guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
It was fun, man, because I mean we had known each other from before that as well, just through some shows. But yeah, you and I did our first interview just through my website as a transcribed thing a while ago now. It was like just after you had finished working with a band, and then it was right when you were getting into really pushing Hammer Down Hard, like right in the early days.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think I was in Florida when the first time I talked to you on the phone, and man, it just seems like a lifetime ago. But yeah, I think I was playing with Black Oak, Arkansas at the time too. But but I've been just doing a lot of stuff. I kind of took a little hiatus. I was taking care of my mom, and I separated with my wife, and I met up with a good girl over here in New Hampshire.
Nice.
I never thought about New Hampshire, but actually I love the people up here. So I'm a New Englander now. I enjoy it up, and I'm raising chickens and enjoying the good life and getting Hammered on Hard fired back up. So onward and upward,
Absolutely, man. I used to live in New Hampshire myself. I'm a Massachusetts baby and that's always where my heart lies and stuff. But I do love me some New England, man. So I love that for you. They definitely do a lot of cool shows around like the Manchester area and stuff as well too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just a little north of that, or actually a little south of it, I guess. But anyways, yeah, I love it up here. I love the people. I got a new band I've been putting together. I got one of the guys is from Rhode Island. One guy's from New York. One guy's from Massachusetts, and another guy lives in Florida. So
Yep, the drummer.
Yeah, the drummer. Yeah, so Scott Wadowski,
Nice.
great drummer. Actually, even it's weird how we met. I was playing with Ronnie Monroe. He was the old vocalist from Metal Church and Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Myself, Jason Cornwell was a bass player, and Mike Tracy played guitar. And we had a show down in Florida, and we ended up staying at. I call him House Scott because that's where I met him. He's a drummer, great drummer, and met him down in Florida. We stayed there, and they liked the tunes, Hammer Down Hard stuff, and the rest is history. And Jason turned me on to Anthony Stahl. He playing keyboards for us, and it's fun. I love it. It's just a great bunch of guys, total pros. I've gone through many series of Hammer Down Hard and the different musicians and stuff like that. But I tell you what, these are a bunch of stellar guys. Pro. We just had like a 3-day rehearsal last weekend, and I tell you what, we're just ready to go out and kick some ass. It's tough, when you start playing with different musicians and you get a new lineup and that. But all these guys are actually really super cool, and it's really really easy to get along with. And it's a good chemistry, and I think we got a real good strong bond for creating a mega band as far as like talent and just playing the songs right. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, for sure. So, Lonnie, if you don't mind, for people that are familiar, of course, with Hammer Down Hard, and with the hiatus that you took, for anybody who is curious, are you currently the sole surviving member of what the last time they would have seen him? Is there anybody from the previous band that is still playing in Hammer Down Hard currently?
No, because I moved up here about a year ago. Actually, it's about 14 months ago, and I had all my members in the past band, which were fantastic players, were from the Memphis area.
Gotcha.
And like I said, I split up with my ex-wife, and uh, I just I decided to kind of uproot a little bit and just move up. I ended up moving up here, and it's unbelievable how much the hard rock. I mean, there's some rockers up here. The
Yeah.
New England area, the scene is like it's on fire. I mean, there's some great musicians, great bands. I got to see Bad Marriage a couple weeks ago when I was in the studio with Brian Wheat uh, um, recording, and Brian took us out to see Bad Marriage, and I really liked it, and such great bands. I just like the musicians and the people up here. It's awesome.
No, absolutely, man, for sure. So you've got you came out with Annihilation and then you followed that one up with Madness. What's your current plan for Hammer Down Hard music? Are you looking to do another full length, or are you kind of dabbling potentially, or are you potentially dabbling in a topic that Angel and I have discussed at length with our various guests, the idea of like singles releases to keep people kind of invested that might turn into a full length? Kind of where's your head at the moment?
Well, right now we just went and recorded one song with Brian to see where we land.
Mhm.
Uh, See if we work well together, and he's fantastic. I think like right now, I would like to put an EP out because I'm that guy. Full length records are, a little more difficult, and attention span for myself and everybody out there listening to music. It's singles are probably the way to go.
Sure.
I would like to do like an EP or at least maybe 4 songs, and then re-release some stuff. So that's kind of the direction that I want to take the band. Um, that's what I'm looking, striving for right now. So
Sure.
that's what I'm thinking about.
Absolutely, for sure. Yeah, like my buddy Michael and his band, he put out an EP recently that he had already like released a few singles, like just kind of letting people know. He did like a cover song and then did like a couple of releases and then put out like a 5-song EP with like, yeah, here's 3 songs that you already knew, but here's like 2 freshies and stuff like that too. And that's always very, very cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, and you also have, you're like me and Angel. You're an old school cat when it comes to packaging, and your first albums were also hard physical releases as well as digital. Is
Yeah.
that something you'd like to still, play with? Even if it is an EP, would you like to do a physical CD for it?
Yeah, I just think that's just like the icing on the cake, the stamp, like you got always that one thing. I know digital's a way to go nowadays, but I mean, heck, even if you printed 2,000 copies just to have that, and I think a lot of the people, my next goal is to do vinyl because I think vinyl's doing pretty well. Um,
Yeah.
and it's a tough business, and everybody scratching and clawing to make things happen. And but I'd like to do a vinyl record, maybe put some of the older stuff on there and put some of the newer stuff on there and do the best of, hammer down hard,
Absolutely. That'd be super duper cool for sure. And you definitely, I mean, I definitely love my vinyl and stuff like that. And, Angel and I are all about supporting our mates and stuff like that. So,
Oh
Angel, it
yeah,
sounds good to you, right? Sounds good to me.
yeah, because I can still play. Luckily, my car still has CD collection, and I still play Hammer Down Hard. I just cannot play Conquer and Divide because I turn it up all the way up, and it gets me in trouble when I'm driving. So it's like I always got to skip over that song and just wait till I'm at a rest stop and then just rock out to it. Because I'll be like driving like this. I'm conquering Divide. I was like, oh shit.
Start kicking a door out and stuff like that.
Kicking a door, hitting
Yeah.
us, like knocking over a street sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, like when I
Running
did
over
total,
an axe.
when I did total annihilation and stuff like that, Justin Reimer and myself recorded, wrote everything on there, and we did it at his studio. And it was like last winter, Justin texted me, he goes, dude, he goes, I just got done listening to, because he did both records actually, Madness Served Me Well also. And he's like, dude, I just listened to the last Total Annihilation. He goes, we need to write again. And that was like last January or February. And he goes, let's do something. And I go, okay, absolutely. So recently he and I have been talking about writing together again. And I shot over some ideas, what I'm talking about. And we actually talked on the phone for about a week ago, less than about 6 days ago. We talked at extent, and we really, I want to grow as an artist. I play drums and I'm lead vocalist, but I'm not a musician. Musicians play other people's music and stuff like that. I'm more of an artist, and that's you know I just like writing music or playing in original bands. I did stuff with Jack Russell's Great White. I did, it was with Evermother's Nightmare. Did Black Oak, Arkansas, and and I do the Hammer Down Hard stuff amongst the other stuff in my past. But you know, I'm an artist, and that's what makes me happy. And I like a lot of the cover bands, a lot of tribute bands. That's great, but um, I'm not that cat. I couldn't do that. It's just that's how I feel. But like Justin and I talked, I want to grow as an artist, and I'm not exactly sure which direction I'm going to go. I might go heavier, or I might go a little bit more commercial, or whatever. I think you have to, and Justin will agree with me, is that when we went and wrote the records, we didn't write stuff like I had an idea that I wrote 5 years ago, and he had an idea he wrote 10 years ago or 3 years ago. Everything we wrote was in the studio, and it was like spontaneous from the moment. And I think that we captured that, and I think that's makes us more relevant as far as our songwriting goes. And I'm a songwriter by trade, and that's what I want to do. And I we just got in the studio with Brian Wheat from Tesla. We went and recorded with him, and he was like blown away. I had a friend of mine, actually, Jason turned me on to a friend of his that was recording with Brian, and Brian called me. I'm like, hey, man, you want to come to the studio and record? And he sent me some of the stuff he's doing, and he is totally not the 80s or 90s kind of guy. He was current and more relevant, and that's what sold me with him, to keep the direction that I want to go. Writing music and going out and playing in bands and stuff like that. It, like I said, is you got to stay relevant. It's like even time, styles change, even clothes and stuff. We're not all wearing powder wigs back and like they used to. Everything changes. So Brian was really a key on doing stuff that's new. And that's how I feel about everything. So we went in and we really did a great job recording it. It's astounding. I'm excited about it. He made everything real. Um, he's tough. He's unforgiving. And that was very challenging for everybody in a band, but we loved every minute of it. Um, and Brian's got other stuff going on. Brian actually asked me if I wanted to write some songs with him, not per se for Hammer Down Hard, but just outright just some doing some other stuff. So I think that he was very impressed with the songs, and he was impressed with everything. So I just want to stay relevant.
Absolutely, for sure. And that's always important too, especially when you're writing, even just conversating with longtime peers like that, that have had their careers going in this direction, your career is going in like that direction. You can meet in the middle, understanding kind of what the sound is that you're looking for to separate from like other projects or just other music that's already been released, where it's like, well, I really dig what this Lonnie Hammer guy's doing, but I mean, I don't know, it kind of sounds exactly like that album that he did here or that album that he's doing there, as opposed to something that's a little bit more like, hey, I like this, like it sounds fresh, it sounds new, but it fits, but you can tell where some influences are. I think that's always a really smart way to look at things.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody grows out of their shoes when you're a kid, so you become a better person, and I think that my thought is that you have to continuously grow and challenge yourself. Who else would write a song called Cephalopod? You know, and it it was a challenge how to make something a word like that work into a song. Um, in that was part of my growing as a human being and an artist. And Angel actually has a cephalopod shirt on. He's turned around. Look at that. Look at that. See, look at that.
Yes.
He is. Look at that here. Get hammered and ride the cephalopod. That's
Love
awesome.
it.
But
Love
yeah,
it.
I mean that's the whole deal. Is like you gotta grow. I think everybody in general, even at your jobs, if you got a job, you're working, and you kind of want to do something different and grow along with it, and become better. As the older you get, it's like you start realizing how short life is, and I don't really hold a lot of grudges against people, but I mean, this industry is very, very tough.
Yeah.
You know, in but hey, life is such.
Absolutely, man. 100%. Angel, let's kick it up to you, my guy. How are you doing as well this evening? And it looks like we're getting a lot of love for Lonnie so far from the Metal Summoners and the Hammerheads.
Yes, just glad to see you back, Lonnie. I've definitely been waiting for this interview since Jay announced it to me
Right.
privately. It's like, yes, finally.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. You were
Yeah.
awesome.
No, absolutely. Yeah. Lonnie,
So
good man, reached out, was just like, hey, I got some stuff to chat about. Here's kind of the gist of things, and I'd love to get down. I was like, here's some dates. And you're like, that's the one I like. I was like, hey, Angel, can't book this one. Guess who we got?
Right on.
yes, finally.
First time I met Angel was at the Rockin' Pod in Nashville.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was way back when, man. I was like, it was a hot summer.
2021.
Was
Yeah.
that
Yes,
yeah.
I was pretty loud. I was like, "Hey, Lonnie!" And everyone was looking over at me. I'm like,
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I was going through. I was selling my house at the time, and I had to fix a bunch of shit. But anyways, life is good. Life is such.
we're gonna get to the first fan question. Hold on. Hold on. Let me ask the question. Oh, question from Chrissy. She wants to know, how awesome is your girlfriend?
Oh my God, very. I moved with 26 hours over to get up here. So I mean, that was a long hike. It was, I think, 1,600 miles. So yeah, she's fantastic. I love her to death, and it's she actually plays the accordion, and she has chickens. So nothing says rock and roll like accordion and chickens. And I love her to death. Yeah, she's awesome.
I told her that I would ask that question.
That's good. Life is such, man. I'm just happy to be up here. I mean, I enjoy being up in the country because I grew up in the country, and I'm close enough to Boston and all those bunch of great musicians and that. When you start going through the business stuff, you go through a lot of pitfalls, and I had to do a lot of breakaway on a few different things and kind of recalculate which direction I want to go in. And I went through a lot of stuff here in the last year, and I'm not angry. I'm disheartened by some of the stuff. I'm just glad to get my music back, and I had to start a lot of stuff from scratch, like my social media stuff, and working on my YouTube thing. It's kind of a rebirthing for me, and honestly, it's probably the best thing ever happened to me because it's a fresh start to move forward, and onward and upward. And I got a lot of great things going on. I talked to both of you guys a little bit earlier on, and you know, how lucky am I, right?
Yeah, man.
I got some big stuff going on, and big people involved, and um, I think I'm heading in the right direction, don't you think?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you're like 5.5 hours away from Jersey.
Yeah, I got a buddy of mine. I went to his name is Patrick, and I went to Jersey. Chrissy and I drove down there for New Year's Eve, and went to New York. He took us to New York and stuff, and it was awesome. I love it all.
And, oh, please describe your musical background in 1 minute.
Ooh, my musical background. I started off as drums. I graduated high school. I went on tour, and to backpedal just a little bit, I started actually doing professionally since I was 14 years old. Played all kinds of, probably every weekend, making $100 a weekend doing that. Graduated, went on the road, toured around. Ended up moving to Memphis. I uh, did a bunch of different bands, and I got several record deals, and I did 18 records. I joined Every Mother's Nightmare, recorded records with them, uh, did shows with Jack Russell, Great White, um, and joined Black Oak, Arkansas. Did records with them. My idol is Tommy Aldridge, and he was the original drummer for Black Oak, Arkansas, or his first professional band. And how cool is it actually play in a band where your idol come from and record records from and be a member of? And now I switched from drums, doing lead vocals and writing stuff, and I think I got some really kick-ass records.
Oh.
In a nutshell, that's where I come from, and that's where I'm going.
And this question is from Brian. If you're open to answering it, if you could bring back a musician that passed, but have to sacrifice a mother musician, who comes up and who comes down?
That's awesome.
Lars and Yoko are off the table. Jeez, Brian, you make this question tougher every week.
I know.
I think that obviously I would just go for Randy Rhoads, bring him back. The Aussie band with Tommy playing, and Randy and Rudy. That would be awesome. To kick somebody to curb, I would probably have to say, ooh, who's a vocalist for Smashing Pumpkins?
Billy Corgan.
Yeah, I just never been a big fan. He has a couple good songs, but that's what I'd say. But like Randy Rhoads, I'm a fan of his from since day one, and it's unbelievable how somebody only was in a public eye for 2 or 3 years, accomplished so much, and it's amazing. And I'm a fan. I follow him on Facebook, the fan pages and stuff like that, and it's unbelievable how many pictures they have of him, in like 2-3 year frame of time. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What about you, Angel? Who would you like?
I would sacrifice Adam Levine or Jim Morrison, because Jim Morrison likes hot chicks that like heavy metal music.
Oh, right. Jim was like such a poet. It's amazing. He's a whiskey go-go. I mean, he began. Made everything start happening back in the day. It's such a poet, and it's unbelievable how many people died at 27 too. Back in the day. Jeez. Wasn't Lane Stanley? Lane
Yep.
Stanley. He was
Yeah,
27 too. Lane.
Lane Staley, Kurt Cobain, Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix.
Wow. I'm glad I'm not 27 anymore.
Yeah.
I used to drink a lot. Quite a bit, and just my beer. But I cut back a lot just because as you get older, you start realizing what I like enjoying life.
Hmm.
And be a little bit healthier. I go to the gym every weekend and start working out. Or I mean, every week, about 3 times a week, I go work out, and you know what, I feel a lot better. And I do that intermittent fasting, and that's I think that's good for everybody to do. You know what I mean? Just better yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Like for me, like I need Freddie Mercury and I need Peter Steele and I don't need Justin Bieber and I don't need Beyonce.
All right, on Peter Steele. Now you're talking.
Yeah, man. I love me for the record, I love me some Adam Lambert. But man, that opportunity if I could get that opportunity to get the Queen back, I
Yeah.
gotta have it.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's same thing with Typo Negative. If there was ever like an outside chance that I could get Typo Negative back, yeah, I will off with their heads.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I'd be,
amazing.
I'll be more than happy to be the one to lower the axe on both Bieber and Beyonce if I can get those two back.
Oh, right
Who
on.
would
Yeah. I mean, well, the thing is, Type O was such a moniker of the death metal, just the droning stuff, and had so much emotion to it. And I love this breathing. All that, you know, I mean, what do you always say? He goes, every once in a while he'll pop open a vein or something for somebody,
Yeah.
or something. He said something like that. God, he's awesome.
Who would you bring back from the 27 Club?
The 27 Club?
Yeah.
I would probably have to say Jim Morrison, or either that or Janis Joplin. I'll say Janis Joplin because she was in the 27 Club, wasn't she?
Yep.
Yeah. I really, her voice, I love the raspy stuff. And when I was in the studio with Brian Wheat, he gave me one of the greatest compliments that I could ever accept is he said I sound like Dan McCafferty from Nazareth. And partially and a cross between him and Axl Rose, but Dan was awesome. For Nazareth, I'm a big Nazareth fan, so that was a big compliment for me. And so that, and I think he said my more quiet voice, my clear voice, was more like John Waite, and my girlfriend Chrissy said I sound like what the hell's the name? Neil Diamond. Hey, I'll take it though. I mean, I love Neil Diamond's awesome.
Yeah.
The Edmund Fitzgerald. Oh yeah, classic. That's my era. My area and era.
And just definitely a quick hello to your drummer Scott.
Hey,
Lonnie, you're my idol.
Me and Scott got the room together in Boston this weekend or the last weekend for band rehearsals. You know what? He's a great guy, and we had some great conversations and hanging out with him. Now the thing is with Scott, he's a pretty tall guy. I think he's 6'5", and he is literally one of the best drummers out there. I mean, he knows every song Hammerdown has. Almost, he plays it better than I play it. I wrote it, I recorded it, but he's on top of it. Meter's great, and he's just like, and he's one of the coolest cats in the world. Even when he's talking, everybody thinks that he's being angry because he's a big guy, but he's originally from Connecticut, and he's very, very articulate. And if he wants your attention, he wants to make sure everything is clear when he says it. But he's fun to hang around with, and boy, can he drink.
And you know what? He had to catch a 4 a.m. flight to go to Boston.
Go to practice, yeah. No, that's dedication. Yeah. That's what you want. You want guys that can, look, you play when you're a musician, everybody gets kind of flighty and there's a lot of like flakes and stuff out there. but I tell you what, Scott, he's on top of his game, and he takes this stuff seriously. I mean, we've had probably 6, 7 rehearsals up here since probably April. He's flown up for every one of them, and some of them we only rehearsed like one time. And so, I mean, what more dedication do you want? And he's such a cool cat. He's a kind-hearted guy too. He's a big pet lover, and he loves dogs. So, I mean, hell, we had a great time together.
Yeah, but when I saw that post, I'm like, damn, that's dedication. I don't think I
Oh,
could get up at 4 a.m.
oh, right on. Yeah, right on. It's hard to find people like that, and even like Jason, our bass player. He's like a business guy of the industry. He's done so much stuff. He's just that guy that can go out there and dig ditches in the music industry, and everybody knows him. Um, and just to have him on board, and such a great bass player. He can do the Billy Sheehan stuff easily, but he knows to find a pocket with Hammer Down Hard, and just to have him on board, and just his attitude. He's a total pro, and he's just a cool cat. He just likes the music industry. He just loves the music. He loves the music industry, the business point of it, and just being a musician. And just to have such great people play with me, which I've always had the cream of the crop. I've been a look. I go through life, and I'll be the first to admit this. I'm a lucky guy, and for some reason, I don't know why people like me, but they do. But I am so lucky, and I'm so grateful for everything that that I've received. Look at Scott there. He's tearing up. No, he's a good guy. No, he really is.
And bring up another fan question. Would you ever consider doing a pop cover, only with a wicked twist?
Yeah, I would. This is a backpedal a little bit, in time. That song by Frida? It was, she played with ABBA, but that's Something Going On. That was a pop song. And before I did, I was gonna do Something Going On by Frida. And literally, like a week before I was gonna go in the studio, or talking to Justin about re-recording it, uh, was it Jorn? I think he's from Europe. He redid that song, and he did it exactly the way I would have done it. And uh, so I want to scratch that. So not say my second choice, it was like that one, but I loved Fox on a Run at the time. And lucky for me, he did do that song, because Fox on a Run, um, look, my voice fits that song perfectly. It
Yeah, it
seats very
does.
well with that song. And I think that Justin and I did a great rendition of it. We didn't remake it, like change it up at all. If it's not broke, don't fix it. We just modernized it and made it something heavy, a little bit heavier, but
Yeah,
it
definitely
was
heavier.
it was sweet. No pun intended.
No, I thought it was an original song
Did you?
because
Yeah.
I
Oh,
heard it when I was at Applebee's, and I'm like, it doesn't sound as heavy. So I was like, I know this is not Hammer Down Hard because it
yeah.
sounds lighter,
Sweet did a remake of my song.
right? Then
No,
and then it was just comical because I thought it was an original song.
no, that's awesome. Well, good. I mean, it is a great song. You can't go wrong with that one. But I feel that Justin Reimer and myself did a really good remake of it, and I'm proud of it. And my voice, that was like everybody else comments on my voice, because look, you know, I'm not a great singer, but I got a good voice. You know, and that's all you can ask for. When you're in the business and stuff like that, it's like I just want people, as far as a vocalist goes, you got to have a certain voice. And I think what everybody tells me is that I have that. And, I'm just honing in on it, and I'm getting better, better every day.
Amen. Shout out to my boy Ryan for that question. Love you, bro. Thanks for tuning in and watching, man. You're awesome. One of my Ouija board guys.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
I was just down in Salem about, maybe 1 month and a half ago, Salem, Massachusetts.
My girlfriend and I were there last week.
All right. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, man.
It's
Oh,
pretty awesome.
that's where I'm from. Yeah.
Well, that's no surprise. No, that's awesome because Chrissy and I went down there, and it was like I I was expecting something different, and honestly, it was like this little crazy village of a guy walking around. I think he had a cat on his shoulder, and all this crazy stuff.
Hmm.
And
You
looking
you
at,
were you were on Essex Street because that's exactly where the guy with the cat on his shoulder walks.
oh really, man, I tell you what, it was that was my first time there, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Angel, you ever been there?
Not yet, but everyone's seen us been there. Like Steve's been there. Um, Jay has been there. So this is almost my turn for me to come
So
up
are you,
there.
Jay? Are you really from there?
Yeah. Yeah, I was born. Yeah, I was born just outside of Salem at Brigham and Women's Hospital in the early '80s, and then I moved out of Massachusetts to California, just in like the about the mid '80s, from when my parents split, like early '80s, when they split, and but I've always been super duper connected to that place. I'm very passionate about that town. And fun fact is my great grandfather, eight times, but my great grandfather is the last guy who was actually hung in the Salem witch trials.
No way.
Yeah, honestly, man, he goes right to my bloodline, to my grandfather Pop. So I wouldn't be walking around without this guy. Because I
Wow.
mean, don't get me wrong, I understand that there's a lot of people that will have ties to the witch trials, or tied to that early colonial stuff. Like I super duper get it, where it's easy to be like, well, yeah, my family dates back to that. I was like, well, yeah, that's because your great great grandfather was married 8 times, and fornicated a football team's worth of kids. Like, yeah,
Wow.
okay. I was like, no, my mom is incredibly like hardcore with this like ancestry thing, and she is like detailed and dedicated. So when she hit me up with the info, she's like, this guy goes right to your bloodline. This goes right to Pop, and
Right.
this is probably why you care so much for that town.
Wow. That's cool. Actually, I loved it down there, and we had at some restaurant. I can't remember what the name of it was. Good food. It was like I think it was some Chinese food. It was like a music venue all at the same time. But man, look, I loved it. It was my first time being there, and I have to. I said this a bunch of times, but the people here are
Mhm.
really, really cool.
Yeah.
Memphis. Look, I'm going to be going down to Memphis in a couple weeks. I'm actually got my. We're doing my new band. We're doing a show down in Memphis, Tennessee. It's a private party at It's the prestigious Minglewood Hall in Memphis, Tennessee. Place is huge. There'll probably be 1,000+ people. It's a private Christmas party. But if you want to get a ticket for it, you can message me. I'll get you on the list to be my personal guest. Anybody in the Memphis area wants to go to it, just message me and I'll get you on the guest list as my friend. It,
Sweet.
whatever you want. If you want to bring 10 people, as long as you show up, you're my guest. And we're doing that. It's Saturday, December 9th, and we're all flying in. I think I'm flying in on the 7th, and I'm gonna stay there a week because I got my kids live down there and stuff. But yeah, I'm excited about it. It's our first show is with the New England version of hammerdownhard. We're flying to
Nice.
Memphis and going back to my home area, and I'm really excited about it because you know what? I still love Memphis people. I mean, they're my best friends and stuff. So it'll be nice to get back home and see some familiar faces again.
Absolutely, man. 100% for sure. Angel, let's kick it back up to you for a little bit again, man.
Yes, I definitely have a question about did you play single bass or double bass on Total Annihilation? Because on Conquer and Divide, it really sounds like double bass.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a I'm a double bass player at heart, totally. And when you go in a studio, it's hard to get two kick drums in there, but I'm a two kick drum guy. And I went in the studio. I used one kick drum with a double pedal just because it's a lot easier to keep things, honed in. But yeah, it's all double bass on Conquer and Divide. a lot of stuff. I mean, so I'm a double bass player. You know, my moniker, influence is Tommy Aldridge, and yeah, do that. Um, Dark Side of Heaven on the Madness Served Me Well record is probably even more so double bass. And I just love that song. Even when the guys and I got together, we were practicing it this last weekend. And in my past bands, I've had some great musicians, but every time we play, Dark Side of Heaven is like one of the funnest songs to play live because it's just got so much angst and aggression and stuff like that. And it's fun playing. But yeah, I'm a double bass player. I mean, that's what I'm all about, brother.
Mm.
Great question.
Well, like I said, I'm a fan, so I mean, I listen to those records still after 3 years after they've been released.
Yeah.
They're still great to listen to.
Thank
So,
you.
what a tribute to you to make records that you listened to it 3 years ago, and 3 years later they still sound as good, and you still want to listen to it.
Honestly, thank you. That means a lot to me.
Yeah.
I got a lot of people that actually tell me that, and I always feel like I was in the right vein, and sometimes you capture that moment, and it's hard to do that because I've done like 18 records in my lifetime, and a lot of times album will release and stuff, and your friends will listen to it, go, yeah, I like it, and they'll listen to it for a week, and then you never hear it again. Or you go to a party, you see somebody put it in, play it, and then you see somebody else go over there and hit eject or whatever and take it out. Um, with hammer down hard stuff, you don't see that, or I haven't. Maybe they're just people like me, so maybe that's why. But no, I'm just joking. But I mean, I'm just saying, it's like sometimes it's good to, you know, tap into somebody's spirit that way. And thank you so much. I appreciate it. It means a lot.
Right, because both of the records are totally different. Like Total Annihilation is different um, from the Madness
Yes.
record.
Yeah.
So was that done like on purpose? Like, did you just want to go heavier on Madness?
Yeah, I wanted to do that. Jess and I did. Look, when I did Total Annihilation, I was I played drums, my whole career, and then when we did, uh, so that was just, let me just play stuff, and we wrote stuff just the best we could do it, and who knows what's going to come out of it. I was just wondering, hard rock, metal kind of stuff, and then after that came out. When I went to do a Madness Serves Me Well, I wanted to play something. I wanted to get a little bit heavier and a little something more challenging, kind of growing what Jay was talking about. We gotta
Hmm.
you you try to grow a little bit. I didn't want to be exactly. I didn't want another Total Annihilation record, which I thought was fantastic for me. But I wanted to grow as a musician. I like heavier stuff, so I started doing a little bit like World's Gone Black. There's almost like three different sounds to it. You got the verse sounds one way, and
Hmm.
there's the rap kind of thing in there, and then there's the chorus and pre-chorus, and it's got a swing beat to it. And World's Gone Black is like really such a diverse song, but I wanted to be heavier, and I did change. To answer your question, yes, I wanted to be a different record, and when I did that record, honestly, the first song that was written lyrically was "Bleeding Out," which I thought I loved that song, and I was like, man, I was kind of like, okay, I got a great song here. At least I got one great song. The rest of them don't matter. But every song after that got better and better. Um, and like I said, my golden jewel song is like Cephalopod because it's the longest song I have, and it was such a challenge, and it was it's it's it, it, it it's totally me, and it's something different, and unique. I don't think anybody else has written a song similar to that. And it does sound kind of oceany, kind of cephalopodish, or whatever you want to say. It has that vibe to it. It all worked out. I mean, it was sort of planned, but it was magical way it turned out. It's heavy, and it's like you know, punch to the throat.
Yeah, that's like what it feels like on that second record.
Right, right,
I
right.
mean, because both are great records, but it's just awesome that they're both different and pretty strong in their own unique way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, yeah. I enjoy it. I just enjoy writing. Justin and I are going to get together and we're going to write some more songs. I talked to Mike Tracy, my guitar player, and I were talking. He wants to write some songs, and I want to write songs together as a team and see where it all goes. And look, Mike was like, he came in a project and he does a lot of stuff, but this coming down to learning the stuff. I mean, and there's a lot to learn when you're learning 2 records, and he's very detailed. He had to learn two guitar parts plus the lead guitar parts, and he was like talking to Anthony, my keyboard player. Goes, "What part you want to play here, Anthony?" He goes, "I want to play this." He goes, "Okay, I'll play this other guitar part." And very articulate and well rehearsed player, and he was nailing it. And it was just fantastic. And he likes singing. He's a lead vocalist too, and he was singing background vocals, which actually enhanced our voices fit very well together. So it's just exciting to actually have a bunch of guys in a band that have a lot of passion. Not that the guys in my past bands haven't, but I mean, look, it's just you know they moved on, did their thing, and I moved up here, and I'm doing my thing. I gotta just, I gotta live too.
I just want to send this question out to Scott. Who are your musical influences as far as drummers? Just curious to know. You definitely put "World Gone Black" as my most challenging song.
Yeah, he says that. Yeah, and he nailed it. Scott, he would nail the stuff. Like I said, he plays the stuff fantastically. It's unbelievable how, I mean, he knows every nuance that I do and stuff. And uh, like you said about the single stroke rolls and that. But I mean, I tell you what, that's probably one of my favorite songs, is "World's Gone Black," just because it's cool because it's got a lot of different things on there.
Yeah, Kirsty. I love "Killing Time" also. That's like the last song, so it's like a good way to just kind of close out that record. But it's
Right.
actually like a bonus track, right?
Yeah, it could be.
No, because it wasn't really listed.
Yeah, that was an error by my.
I thought it was a bonus.
That was an error by somebody that had
Really?
issues. Yeah, it was an error. It wasn't my fault, but it was an error. So, anyways,
Oh man, now I'm like,
no, 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 no. It wasn't. It wasn't listed because it was an error to whoever did the artwork on there.
because I
But
thought the
anyway,
record was over.
yeah, I know exactly. But um, at any rate, is that honestly, "Killing Time" is like, I get so many people talking to me. That's like one of their favorite songs. And to me, that's probably one of the greatest choruses that I've ever written. Um, it's because I take something. Look, we were in the studio recording it, and Justin knows that everything that I was writing lyrically was true, was factorial to my life. And this was the first song that we were recording it, and he goes, "Lonnie," he goes, "this song ain't true, is it?" Because I was talking about a serial killer. And I went outside the box. I wanted to write something from a serial killer's point of view, something
Mhm.
different, just to kind of like I'm an artist and just reach out to something different. And because it's so how can I put it? It's so morbid, but it's such a beautiful chorus.
Yeah,
You know, the skin being so sky blue. Dead
but
person. But I love that. Everybody one of the favorite parts of it is that TikTok part. Tick tock, click
yeah.
goes the trigger. Everybody's like, that's such a catchy thing. And
And look, now we got TikTok.
exactly, now you got TikTok. Hey, I'm, I'm waiting for a check on that. No. Just
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
but
funny
just
too because Megan was just watching this Jeffrey Dahmer documentary like today. So it's funny that we're talking about that particular song, and she and I were also we were way into that Dahmer show that they did on like Netflix or whatever channel had it, the one that had Evan Peters in it. Man, that show was sick in a good
oh
way. Sick.
yeah.
That
Is
show
that
was
like
awesome.
Is it a documentary or is it more of a movie?
It's a series. It's like a mini series.
Oh,
It's not a
really?
documentary. Yeah, it's like an 8 or 9. It's like an 8 or 10 episode like mini series
What
about Jeffrey Dahmer's life.
what is it on Netflix or what is
I
it
think
on?
it's on Netflix.
Okay, I'm down for that. I want to see that. It's pretty.
Yeah, it was
Hmm.
it was really good. It was really wild. I mean, Evan deserves all kinds of awards. I know. I think I heard that he won something, but he definitely deserves like all kinds of like awards for that show. It's really well executed. It's incredibly heavy, as you can imagine, but
Yeah.
it's really well thought out and it's just excellently written.
Yeah, absolutely. I when I was writing that "Killing Time" song, I actually thought about the Dahmer thing, and my main thing is like,
Mhm.
what you doing tonight, and then buying the gifts and stuff like that. A lot of times, she doesn't know she was just getting gifts through the mail. Nowadays, it'd probably be through Amazon, But he was sending her gifts, and that she never wanted, and and it was just it was fun writing it, and it ended up being this little twist thing, because killing time was his time to go out and kill, and then he finally got caught, so he gets put in prison, and he has nothing better to do but to kill time. So
Yeah.
it's just nothing but killing time. So I thought that was a pretty cool concept, and I was part of the song, and I loved the when I was writing the chorus for, and I remember everything every song I wrote where I was and stuff like that. But I remember that song, I come up with the melody and I was singing about something ridiculous about I know you're in heat. That was about a chick thing, it's something dirty, kind of sleazy thing, and I'm not all about that. But just trying to find a melody, you're grasping for words and stuff, and just make things work out. And then most of the songs I had written were I came with the lyrics in my sleep. And about 4 o'clock in the morning, I get up and start thinking about it, and I grab my phone, which would be on my head on a headboard, and I just start writing these paragraphs of stuff. And then the next day or next week, whenever I was working on a song, I'd go through there and edit it, down to lines. And so I take this big long story, and then I'd edit it down just to lines, and it was kind of fun.
I want to share this funny story with you because now I know that it was not a bonus track because it says 6 songs, but Fox on the Run and Killing
Yeah.
Time were not listed, so I'm thinking they're bonus track.
Right.
So
Right.
when I listened to the second record after the 5 songs, I was waiting for. I thought maybe there would be like a bonus track.
Bonus
I
track.
was like,
Yeah.
okay, it's
Yeah.
only 5 songs.
Yeah, well, that's it's cool, it worked out, but that was an error.
Oh.
So it was just um, I took care of all that.
Yeah, but
Just
it's
saying.
fun because artists used to do that back then.
Yeah,
They used
yeah,
to
yeah.
put in
Right.
like a hidden track.
Yeah. You know, um, sometimes like if you got 10 tracks and they have one and being like 18, so you have to actually go through to number 18 or something like that. I don't know how all that works stuff, but yeah, I mean, it's interesting. That was honestly, I love that song. The chorus to me is probably one of the best choruses ever written in my life. So I'm proud of that for that fact, you know. Um, and I got a song called Wakefield, which is about my hometown, and not
Yep.
too many
Speaking
people
of
get
your
in.
hometown, someone from your
Oh,
hometown.
all right. Yeah. You want to read that to me?
Did you ever dream of such a future at 14?
You know, it was either be an astronaut or be a drummer. And I go, rock star drummer, that's where it's at. Astronaut, not so much, that's only back in the 80s and 90s, not so much anymore. So I think I picked the right path. Now,
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I, when I was 14 years old, I mean, I was on playing all the bars. I was playing Beatles music and I was doing some Aussie stuff and top 40 and doing, some country stuff. Um, I I mean, I always hope to do what I'm doing. I look at back at I don't think I'm anything, I'm just a regular person and stuff. But go back and look at my resume and I was like, wow, I did that. I did that. And it just never seems enough. You're going, it's never enough. But I think that anybody that's got drive and a vision, yeah, I think everybody like that. I think just general people in life, you go through life and you just want to get a bigger house or less bigger house. I had a 5,000 square foot house and I lived like a king. But now, as older I get, it's like, you know what? That's just too much to clean. So I think I'd rather have a small house and a big ass garage. That's kind of what I'm looking at.
Mm.
But I'm a glutton for punishment.
No, Jay's been very patient, so Jay, I'm gonna kick it
No
back
worries,
into you,
man.
buddy.
Oh, it's all good. You know me. I've got more than my fair history on this show of turning it into story time or chatterbox land. So it is all good, my friend. But no,
Right.
it's awesome. Like it's been so great like seeing you getting back out there and becoming more active and stuff like that, Lonnie. I mean, you've definitely been missed. And on that note, since we've kind of gotten to vibing, kind of gotten in a little bit, I'd love to just cover something with you real quick for the out of the respect of Angel and I doing our jobs, but of course with the utmost courtesy to you, is that you had been absent for a little while. You'd been kind of like quiet. You'd mentioned throughout the interview, of course, you were going through your divorce, unfortunately, and you were moving halfway across the country and all that. But also musically, you've been a little bit quieter as well. And then you did post recently, kind of filling in your fans and filling in some of your peers on what you had been going through over the last year. And we'd love to hear you speak a little bit more candidly about it. Of course, with whatever amount of insight you wish to give, without pulling too much of the curtain back. But we'd love to hear what kind of has gone down over the last year and why you've been a little quiet when it came to music.
Yeah, thank you for asking that. I made my post back is well maybe a month ago, 5, 6 weeks ago, and I separated ways with my old manager, and uh, I just think that I had to was no publicity stunt whatsoever or anything like that. All I know is I got a lot of fans that were wondering what's going on because my YouTube channel disappeared, and then my all my social media pages disappeared. I have to have an explanation for all that. Um, like anybody, it's like what happened. If I got to ask people, hey, join my new page. Well, what the hell happened to your old page?
Yeah.
You know, I have to let them know, give them a reason why.
Mhm.
Um, so I, I separated from my ex manager, um, uh, just because our deal basically kind of ran out. I feel like it wasn't. Uh, I need to make money and booking and stuff like that. I just feel like some of the goals that were planned did not happen. I'm an artist. I write my songs. I own my songs, and Justin, where he's co-writer. I just had to break away, and it kind of got ugly. I didn't want to. I didn't want it to be ugly. I just rather do separate ways and move forward, and then we can all look back at it and smile and go this and that. Well, everything got pulled down, so
Mm.
all the stuff I did got pulled down. All the stuff they did was pulled down. They have nothing to show for efforts or foot forward that they did. Um, Everybody wants to be a part of doing the creative part. Um, I'm the artist. Everybody likes writing videos and doing all this kind of thing and doing a part. But when it come down to the management thing, you need uh, bookings. Money's got to come in. I put a ton of money on this side, and it
Sure.
wasn't coming in on this side. Um, and I I faced a lot of flack from my peers in the business, but I was dedicated and sincerely have to say this is I was very defensive about the other party, and I was told otherwise, and I just had to finally I had a 5 year uh, deal basically, and let me go. let's smile, move on forward and stuff. Um, it didn't turn out that way. I actually had a fight for my music to get back. I got myself an attorney. I just don't see how somebody could. It's a cardinal sin. I'm an artist. I write stuff. Justin Reimer wrote the stuff, and was taken away, stolen. I didn't have any rights for it, and I didn't know where the money was going to royalties and stuff like that. But in a nutshell, um, uh, I was giving back my music and Justin's music. We're giving that back, uh, but I have to. How can I put it? I had to restart the YouTube videos and stuff like that. The videos that we did, I paid for some of the camera people do all that stuff, and the director put a lot of his did stuff pro bono to make things happen, and he did a lot of great things. And they didn't get along. The management and him didn't get along, and I was stuck to the point where he wanted to do more videos, but the management did not want to be uninvolved with it. And then so I gave opportunity to management to do videos, and then that was pulled out from underneath me. But anyways, make a long story short, is that uh, my videos are pulled down. Once I made my post, the videos got back up. I got contacted by somebody that was uh, with the web page or with the YouTube channel that was uh, not to say assistant, but an admin to it. And within 10 minutes after I posted, said, "Hey, you want your videos back up?" And I said, "Yeah, I will definitely." He put them back up, and this was after I was told that they were hacked or didn't have them anymore. That and then 2 weeks later they got pulled down again. So I'm still trying to get my Apple and Spotify and a lot of stuff. But we had to start Twitter all over, my Facebook page, the Lonnie Hammer page. I was my Lonnie Hammer artist page got pulled down. For God's sakes, the videos, so many people, and I'm blocked. I've blocked on all that stuff, but all the videos and stuff like that. Look, the director did stuff pro bono. The actors came out. I mean, serious actors came out and did stuff. We had 20, 30 people involved, put their time in there. People drove down from Upper Peninsula, Michigan, down here to do it, and somebody goes over there and didn't pay anything. Help help write some of the stuff. I'm not taking anything away from that person, but help them create it. But go over here and wipe everybody's work that they worked hard on, take it down, and they were doing it for the credibility, and it was their reels, you know what I mean? Their promotional reels, and take it all away. Look, that stuff needs to be back up there, not because of me. It's because of them. I don't care. I mean, I'm moving forward. I mean, I got all kinds of stuff. I got a lot of great things going on in my life. Thank
Mhm.
God. But I mean, seriously, how who thinks they got the power to pull all that stuff down? You know, and it's unfair to the people that did it, um, and the people that uh, there's a girl named Nancy did our Twitter page, took care of it. People thought they were talking to me, but she just had a knack for it, and she was just a Twitter person. Did it. She got many thousands of people to follow Hammer Down Hard and knew all the people and this stuff, and all her work for years worth of work were pulled down, and she has nothing to show for it. So, anyways, onward and upward. I got a lot of great things going on. I got a great band. I'm got invited to festivals. I'm actually playing. I'm getting invited to play the main stages. Not the secondary stage. Play main stages. So it's a tough. It's all part of the business, but it's never happened to me before,
Sure.
and and you have to admit, it's almost like garage band stuff that you deal with. Oh, I'm mad you can't play my songs and stuff like that. Um,
Right.
you know, I, you know, I'm Lonnie Hammer. I've played in all these different bands. I am an artist. I just want to do good. I got to continue on, whatever. these are songs I wrote with Justin Reimer. Why are why was that stuff taken away from us? And why were the videos and all that stuff taken away from the people that were involved with it?
Right.
Um, a lot of people didn't get paid for stuff because look, it's that's the way it is in the music industry. A lot of people put a lot of effort into it. So, look, I got more videos coming out, bigger and better. I already talked to the director. He wants some big stuff going on, but it was tough because I feel I had to defend my management from people I played with and the outsiders looking in and didn't want to work with me because of that. Um,
Mm.
and uh, it's just it was a tough pill to swallow, but I'm okay. You know,
Good.
I'm okay. I'm not going to stop writing. I'm not going to stop performing. I'm not going to stop creating. Um, you know, what don't kill me makes me stronger, and I've got a lot bigger things going on now than I ever have. And I talked to you guys earlier. How lucky am I, right?
Yeah. No, absolutely. And that's, on behalf of myself and Angel, like we appreciate you being like open and candid about that, because yeah, that's a tough situation. Obviously, none of that would have been fun or anything that would have been an enjoyable thing to handle, or would want to be something that you'd want to do again. So, we appreciate you also being open to just getting to discuss, a slightly painful topic for the sake of your fans and your friends that are watching and will
Yeah,
watch.
yeah,
That'll allow them to get a little bit more insight on exactly what went down, slightly outside of just what was written and posted.
yeah, exactly. There's so much involved. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just I just wish it could have been a little bit easier and everybody be happy and they could use uh get the accolades for what's been done, but
Right.
they're pulled down. Nothing they have nothing to show for any accolades, and the people that put effort into it, they have nothing to show for the accolades. I just think that's really uncool, and it doesn't matter who you are, what level you're at. That's uncool in this band business. It's
Sure.
just uncool, because a lot of people put their time and years and effort into stuff. So,
Yeah. No,
um,
absolutely. Because I definitely understand what you mean about like, the other contributors or even like the little people and stuff like that. Like having things that you can post as like part of a resume or helping get your name out there or stuff like that. If there ever became a time where, I got like an opportunity that I couldn't say no to, and it became, the JMO and the Steve and the Bobby show, I would love to be able to still have the opportunity to, use interviews that I've done through this platform on my resume or show to people, be like, hey, we had Lonnie Hammer on a few times, we had Tawny Katane, we had, Steve Brown, like stuff like that. It would be a bummer if a situation arose to where I wouldn't be able to use my own like interviews that I was a part of. So I definitely understand where you're coming from when it comes to that, like just not having it there for whatever needs or wants you might want or need it for.
right. I've been through a past. I've been partial songwriter for some big bands that got record deals and stuff. I worked with them beforehand, and was a partial songwriter for. I never got credit for it. I didn't have to take them to court and say I'm shut you down, and you can't do this. Making you go. It's all part of business, and I could go and say I was part of that. I played this song for my friends and go, hey, this is a song. This is a part of the song I wrote. And the thing is, a lot of people want to go, hey, um, uh, I was part of that. The extras and stuff like that. Hey, I was part of that. And then to get that taken down. Who has the audacity to pull that down when you especially got hundreds of thousands of views on something? And you
Yeah.
go, that might be like a golden person. Like, I'm so that's exciting for them. It's
Yeah.
like they put effort in. So, look, I got a lot of great things going on. I'm going to do some more videos. Something new for me was when I got this new lineup together. Instead of doing two guitar players, I got a keyboard player, and it's nice to have this wizard behind the guy they're playing in, and it's awesome because he fills it up, and I don't know where all the people think that we're going to be playing tracks and stuff. You got to have fucking. Pardon my. I'm swearing. I don't know if I can swear on here.
You sure can. You're
Okay.
good, bro.
Don't worry, dude.
This is how the stupidity. Somebody has said that. He goes. Somebody had posted something. Goes playing tracks that lip syncing. You have to have. I don't have. You have to have tracks to do that. The from the recording. I don't have that. I wish. I'm not a great singer, but I got a good voice. I can sing. I'm getting better and better, but I don't want to deal with that stuff. I'm not. That's too complicated for me.
Yeah.
We're working on like getting click tracks and stuff like that. All I want a keyboard player to do is go over there and fill out the song because I don't have a second guitar player. And I thought it was kind of cool because they could do these things, like on Fox on a Run, all the keyboard stuff, fun stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not, I'm not that involved at some point in my career to compete with all the big bands, which I worked with some guys from Shinedown and Candlebox. But if they all play backing tracks, I would love to get to that point and be that wise to do that. But you got to have the tracks to do all that. I don't have all that. So basically, when we play all these shows, we go out there and just fly by the seat of your pants. So it's a good thing, and I'm just learning as I go, and I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm a lucky guy.
For sure, man. Absolutely. And just kind of a curiosity question, kind of a fun question, because, you've been with all these bands, you've done all these albums, and you have your thumbprint on a lot of material. Being that you've moved from behind the kit to the front of the stage, especially when it comes to playing live, have you ever considered playing any songs from some of these previous bands that you've been in, maybe putting a Hammer Down Hard spin on them? Or do you think it's better to maybe keep it more about Hammer Down Hard? Because also with some of the bands that you have played with before previously, they do have their own kind of longer established, legacies, whether it be with a long-standing front man or a long-standing so-and-so. But have you ever toiled with the idea of that?
Man, I'll tell you what, Jay. Thank you for asking. That's awesome. And that's a great idea. And I have some other people talk about that.
Mhm.
You know what? I could do that because some of the songs I was co-writer on. So I can do that. It's just, and even when I played with them, I could do that. And I think if I did do that, it would be like if right now I got to just say an hour set.
Yeah.
And if I had to play an hour and a half or something like that, add on, I have the capabilities of doing that. Um, at this point, I'm not going to say I would do that, but I would, I would turn that stone over because I think that's a great idea, and that's probably one of the greatest questions that have been asked me. Is like, that's cool, good job.
No problem, man. Absolutely. Because, I mean, it at the same time, it can be a slippery slope because, you've got these bands that also some fans, they recognize by those, those people, those peers, or those situations, where you've got, Black Oak, Arkansas with frankly, the Tommy Aldridge, as amazing as he is. And then you've also got EMM, and Rick has been the guy. He's been the voice for so long.
Yeah, right.
But you've got history and you've got writing cred with them as well. All that kind of stuff, Also, just the time that you spent with like Jack Russell's Great White and stuff like that. Always just little things to like dabble in and stuff like that. So it's always kind of it's interesting to me, and I always find it very interesting. Just kind of, where you're not talking to the person that's like, well, yeah, I did this. I was in this band for 6 months and I did do an album with them and I'm doing my own thing now, but I still like to go into that. I mean, that's a little tricky, a little dicey when you're looking at it from that versus a established musician with a long catalog of work that has writing credits on it.
Yeah.
That makes it a definite, something you'd be allowed to do. But some people just don't really look at it that way. They're like, you know what? I would love to do that and I'm down for it, but I don't care enough about it to maybe open up that can of worms if I have to hear from someone about it.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of a thing too. But um, I think I do a great job doing it.
Yeah.
Diff. I'll be a different voice for it. Look, me and Ever Mother's Nightmare had a little falling out there for a little while, but we all kissed and made up. Rick came on and goes, "Man, I'm tired of fighting. Let's just get together and just let's water in the bridge." And I said, "Let's do it." And you know, we cleared all that up, and I look, I've been a lucky guy, and I play with some great musicians, and even the past musicians and stuff with the guys from Every Mother's Nightmare, Black Oak, Arkansas, Jack Russell's Great White, even my band. I mean, I had players from, you know, uh, uh, Sebastian Bach's band, Saving Abel, and just a number. In the first record, I mean, uh, all the stars I had playing, guys from Candlebox, Riot, Saliva, Shinedown, uh, Great White. I forget some Winger. All these guys came on board. You know, and I still even got the voicemail from Tony from Great White. He goes, Lonnie, I got the voicemail. I just heard it the other day as I went through all my voicemails and stuff like that. He goes, hey, thank you for asking me to come do it. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do. And as much as you want me to do, I'll do. And thank you for asking. So I'm just look. I'm a lucky guy. I'm very happy. I'm happy up here. I found a good woman. I'm raising chickens. I love chickens now. My one of my, you know, my when I me and my dad are best friends. For many years, and he just passed away like 4 or 5 years ago. But he always told me, he goes, Lonnie, he goes, you need to get yourself some chickens. Nothing's more rock and roll than chickens. But he kept on saying that, and I don't know nothing about chickens. I never did. But then I moved up here, and my girlfriend, Chrissy, she had like a couple chickens, and now we just hatched little eggs like last spring, and now they're, we got big chickens, and you know what? I love them. I'm almost scared to eat their eggs, and because I just feel weird about it. But thing is, I know what those chickens were fed, so those eggs would probably be really good, you know. So yeah, I'm excited. Look, it's a great part of my life right now. I'm happy. Um, I got great friends, just like both of you guys are actually real good friends of mine now. I've
Yeah.
known you guys for many years, and it's almost like talking to friends here. You guys have got a lot of success, with your show and stuff. I mean, for God's sakes, look at the people you interviewed. It's like I listened. I was a major fan, and I still am. But I mean, I used to listen to your show religiously every week for a long time.
Yeah, man.
Until I had to sell my house, and then I just get my stuff together, take care of my mom, and move in, and all this raising chickens. But it was so great to hear from y'all, and I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys. I watch you guys. You guys grown like. I mean, I seen you from ground zero,
Yeah.
and you created
Yeah,
a y'all
2000.
page thing. My God.
No, for sure. No, and we appreciate you for that, Lonnie. Absolutely,
Yeah,
man.
and
No,
and
Hey,
and you know what? I got to share this story because
absolutely.
we got to know Lonnie, the musician, but I now want to talk about Lonnie as a person and the kind of friend that he is. And this meant a lot to me. It was just a few sentences, but really meant a lot. When I lost my mom 2.5 years ago, you were one of the first people to send a message of condolences, and it was just a few sentences, but man, it really meant a lot to me. It was just words of encouragement. I'm like, wow, I've only known her for like 6 months, and it just really, it was a small gesture, but it showed how big of a heart you have. So I just want to say thank you for that.
You're welcome. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. I mean, it means a lot to me too. You always been a great person. And so I'm honored to be on a show with you. You're awesome.
No,
And pleasure is
absolutely.
ours. Is
Totally.
like I said, we're also fans as well. So it's like, we know your music and we're still rocking out to it. So
I think I
Steve
think
has your CDs.
I I think Jay, when we first started talking, his used to like Bloodshot Eyes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just
Still
like
do.
Yeah,
it's
that's the song
awesome.
Still
before
do.
Christine.
Yep.
Don't ask
Yep.
me how I know that.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, look, man, life is good. Life is good for all of us. And it's what you
Absolutely.
make of it. So.
So Lonnie, with the with all the chickens running around, man, do we get to make an EP title suggestion that maybe the next Hammer Down Hard can be called Cock Rock?
Or dude, the picture you posted with the
Oh
with the
my God,
turkey.
I never thought about that. That's actually pretty funny.
But dude, you got
I'm
an album
stealing
cover
that from you.
already.
I'll give you total credit for it. Sorry,
Sweet.
go ahead, Angel.
But you got the album cover. You posted a picture of the turkey that looks really mean.
Oh
That
yeah,
should be like the album cover.
I know, isn't
It
it? It's
was
like
you or
yeah,
Chrissy that posted that.
yeah, right. That was Chrissy that did that. That's Sophia Loren. You know,
Yeah, it looks really mean as heck. I'm
I know, right? It's like
like, wait,
touches.
what are you like? What are you looking at?
I know. It's like yeah, you could actually see the eyes splitting up. Yeah, it's awesome. That's my girl. That's my little girl. But
Nice. Hell yeah. So Angel, let's kick it back up to you. Looks like we got a couple of more questions, but fans, we do want to be respectful of Lonnie's time. He's given us all the time that we need, but also at the same time, we definitely want to make sure that we honor evenings, time with family, and all that stuff. So we do have Lonnie for a little bit longer, but it is going to be last call for alcohol, fans. Any final questions, comments, anything you want to say to Lonnie personally? We will get through all of it, but it is last call for alcohol when it comes to any comments and questions into the comment section. So go ahead and pump them in. We will get to all of them. We always do, but it is that time, friends. But go ahead, Angel. Take it away, my guy.
And I just want to go to your motto. You know what I love about Lonnie? He lives by the motto that I love, which is you can't make your light shine brighter by blowing out someone else's candle.
right, that's actually pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Very
that's a
cool.
good one.
Absolutely. Well, it you got to be humble, and you got to be grateful and be positive. You ain't gonna everybody goes through problems, and you don't get anywhere by cutting somebody else down and try to make yourself feel better. Uh, um, you know, life is such. Sometimes you just gotta. Everybody grows. You go through every stage of life is a little bit different. And I had friends in elementary school. I had friends in high school. I had friends when I toured, and I had friends when I all that stuff. And you got kids thrown in. Everybody gets busy, and it's uh, I'm happy with my life. I couldn't be happier.
Whatever happened to Christine, your tour bus?
I get to see her in a couple weeks. She's actually still in Tennessee. I got my buddy
Oh,
Jeff. It's on his property, and um, she's still sitting there waiting for me. I'll see her in a couple weeks. I got the insurance on her. I could probably take her. We're doing a show on December 9th at the Minglewood Hall in Memphis, Tennessee. If anybody wants to go to it, just message me, and I'll put you on my personal guest list, and you're more than welcome. Come on, or you and your whoever significant other or whatever. But I could actually uh, take Christine and bring her to the venue. It's been
what's
I haven't seen her in about a year,
Party
and
bus.
yeah, exactly. I, I, I don't know if
I
have you guys ever been on her?
No.
No.
I
Oh
wish.
man. Oh man. That's crazy. It's like I named my bus. I've had Christine for probably 13 years or something like that, and I wanted to name the bus, but I named the bus some other name, and I told my dad about it. He goes, I didn't like it. And I go, well, a few weeks later, I said, how about Christine? He goes, I like that name. And it's kind of funny. Then I end up with my girlfriend's name's Christine,
Yeah.
so it kind of worked out. And
Well,
I got a song named Christine, hey.
yeah.
They
Well,
got the horror movie also,
in three
Christine.
more years, your bus is going to be able to be Christine 16.
Right, exactly. Yeah, there you go. Now you're talking. I did a show one time, and Tom Kiefer was backstage, and the bus was sitting over there, and he goes, "Man, I like your bus." I go, "Yeah, her name is Christine." He goes, "She kill anybody?" And I go, "Oh So not yet, so, but, yeah, it was a,
I love that movie so much.
I know, right? It's
So
crazy.
good.
I didn't name it after that. I just named it because I liked the name. I thought it was a cool name.
I
I
named my
actually did
car
get to take.
after.
I did
after
get
the
to take a
song.
picture with the actual Christine car though once.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, they brought it into a horror convention that I went to. So I was like, oh my god, I've got to take a picture with the Christine car.
Well, you got one?
Yeah.
Oh wow, wow, that's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I get myself. Elma didn't work very well. Elma.
it's funny. I named my car Christine, which was I forgot, like a Chevy, and I ended up using it at BLE to transport Pretty Boy Floyd,
Oh, nice.
Autograph, and Steven Adler's band.
Oh wow.
So I was like, this is so cool about my car, Christine.
Christine.
Yep.
How awesome is that?
Yeah.
I've met all of the people you're talking about.
Yeah, so that was
They're
thanks to
good guys.
Jay.
Most of them are pretty good guys,
Yeah, the promoter was
Yeah.
like, and then Jay was like, Angel. I'm like, yes. I'll transport Pretty Boy Floyd. I'll pick him up now.
Right.
Yeah, there was just like a contractual mix up over whether or not transportation was included, and it's not worth potentially losing a band over just a minor hiccup. So I was just kind of like, hey Angel, I hate to kind of throw this at you, but would you be down? He's like, oh yeah,
Right.
I am on it.
But it's funny because he was so nice. He was like, can I give you gas money? I was like, no, but can I just have a picture with the band?
Yeah, buy you Taco Bell. Hey.
I'm like, screw the gas money. I just want a picture with the band.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, Brad Lee, he does a lot of stuff over there. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I met him- I
Yep.
met
That
him
was the show. That was Brad's show.
Yeah, I know Brad. I met him a couple times, and he introduced himself to me at Rockin' Pod. He goes, "Hey man, what's going on?" And and I introduced myself to him one time, and yeah, it's a good stuff.
Absolutely.
Aren't we lucky? We're lucky people, right?
Totally lucky people. Absolutely. Do we have any more current questions at the moment, Angel?
I just have one more.
Yeah, man.
For 2024, can we expect the record? Can we expect touring?
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna probably. I want to do an EP. I would like to do I like at least 4 songs, and I would like to do a vinyl record. Maybe make the Lonnie Hammer's greatest hits kind of thing. Hammerdownhard thing. I'd like to do that. Right now, we're actually getting invited to play some festivals, but not playing the secondary stages. We're getting invited to play the main stages, which is it's a pretty big feather in our cap. I mean, you plug along a lot. The touring thing, I want to do that. Everybody wants to do that, but we have to see how that happens. It's a dogfight, and the touring, and it's really expensive. Fortunately, I own my own tour bus. That helps. Hotel rooms and owning that, and it's a lot more comfortable. But we'll have to see. I mean, I want to start playing more. I'm in a position where we can make things happen, and I just want to I'd like to get a vinyl out, and I just want to poke out here and there. We're gonna do some stuff in Hollywood, and going all over the country, Florida, probably Pennsylvania. We're working on all that right now, but you know how it goes.
Yep. Nisha's from Australia.
Oh, okay, international. Yeah, I love Australia. Oh my God. Yeah, Sia's from Australia. I'm a big Sia fan. But
Nice.
yeah, I would love to go down there. I don't see that in the future, but I would love to go down there. I want to go to UK, obviously. So it's all good. Life is such.
Yes.
Yeah, Jam would kick it right back up to you, man. I can't thank you enough, really.
Yeah, man. No, absolutely, man. No, of course. So we've covered the upcoming show on December 9th, and we've talked about how 2024 is breaking down for you currently. What with this current relocation, with this tight solidity of the musicians that you've been able to, meet, play with, and recruit for the current mock 3 or whatever of Hammer Down Hard, however that works out.
Right.
But what where are you currently at when it comes to the trajectory for Hammer Down Hard?
Um, um, I mean, it all depends. I think that you know, Hammer Down Hard is always my baby, and yeah, that's my deal. That's totally 100% my life. And but I mean, like Brian Wheat from Tesla, he wants to get together and start writing some stuff,
Sure.
and because he does a lot of different things, and you know, I'm all about writing, and everybody else does all kinds of stuff on the side and that. But I got a lot of, like I said, I'm always been a very lucky guy,
Yeah.
and you know, it seems like lights always seems to shine on me. So I got a lot of great things going on, which I told you a few things.
Yeah.
Uh, but I want to go out there and just be the best band we can be. I've had a couple different lineups for the band, great players,
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I mean, they're some of my best friends still. I still call them up and still talk to them.
Yeah,
Uh,
you with him playing in Hammer Down Hard, you turned me on to to Randall X, who I still think is just such a phenomenal guitar player.
yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah, I'm super. And I just talked to. He called me, as a matter of fact, or texted me and stuff. A couple months ago when all the management stuff happened, and uh, yeah, he's a good guy. All of my new band now, I mean, they're like stellar. I mean, they're just like a top of their game, and I'm excited about it, especially after last weekend. Holy crap. It's magical. Go through life and it's like, man, I like playing with these people, you know.
Yeah,
I've been a very lucky guy. I had great lineups in the past and great musicians, and just happy to, you know, just nice having people wanting to play with me and play my
that's
music.
for sure. And so it one of the things that is cool. So you mentioned, your conversations with Brian and the potential for doing something there. Something like that is very, very cool. Like without going into detail, whether because there could be things that you're not able to discuss, or it might still just also be in the early stages. If like the opportunity of something like that, to get out with sort of an all-star type of band was to arrive, would you be down for the opportunity of something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm in business, do business, and there's,
Mhm.
uh, everybody in the industry has always got doing this and doing that. And, my guys in a band play all kinds of different stuff. And, I'm down for whatever, like I said, I'm in business, do business, but
Yeah,
my heart is in Hammer Down Hard. And, like I said, I got a lot of great things going on in my life. I'm happy.
yeah,
I got great people behind me. I got great friends, and my fans are fantastic. And I got chickens.
absolutely, for sure, definitely, man. Just to put a final little like just kind of to notch in that topic, just to make it clear for like
Right.
anybody who's also curious. Um, with yourself, of course, being the captain and the namesake of the band, are you open to management opportunities, or are you currently more in a headspace of like, what, let me steer my own ship and I'll be the main contact and stuff like that?
Right now, I am the main contact, but there's people a lot bigger and brighter than I am, and that are reaching out to me. So,
Cool.
and I just have to navigate through that and finding the right people for the right thing. I mean, I already been approached by some pretty big stuff,
Mhm.
and I don't want to get sucked into something that's
Sure.
I learned a lot in the last year and
Sure.
a half, so but yeah, I mean, I got stuff going on,
Cool.
and obviously I'm not an idiot. I can do so much stuff, but there's some stuff that you have to have the major contacts to make things happen,
Sure.
like the working out for the touring thing. That's my biggest thing right now. If I will tour, I'm going to make things happen. I just trying to line up the right people for that, and
Mhm.
I got some opportunities of that happening.
Nice. So that's very cool to hear. So even with the recent sadness, you're definitely not closed down to the opportunities that the right person, while taking the time to find that right person, would afford you, though.
Yeah, exactly. It's, I can't play guitar very well, so I got a great guitar player, and can't play bass, got a great bass player, and so on and so forth. And you got to have great management. My creativity and drive can only go so far, and and I think that I'm on the right direction for all that.
Absolutely. That's awesome. So before I kick it back to Angel for our final spin around, the one thing, of course, that's very important for you to plug, especially with those changes and things that had to happen, where can you be found? Where can Hammer Down Hard be found? Website, social links, all that goodness, because we know there have been some changes.
Right. Yeah, we got the new Hammer Down Hard, the official page, which is on Facebook. That's there. Yeah, there's nothing else that's hidden from me, so I'm blocked from all that.
Okay.
And everybody's blocked. That's hidden. So there's only one Hammer Down Hard page. Same thing with Twitter. Hammer Down Hard. You could get our stuff like from CD Baby, and Spotify is a big thing. We do pretty well on Spotify. Trying to gain that back up. We got a Twitter account. Hammerdownhard.com has been up and running for a long time. I had to pull the store down because I didn't know where the money was going. So I didn't want to do anything crooked. So I pulled the store down, but now I got hammerdownhard.com. The store's back up, I believe. And, the Facebook thing, YouTube channel. I don't have any videos left, because they were all taken from everybody, stolen from all the people that put their effort into it. So, but I do have a channel. I haven't launched that yet. And, it's pretty much it, hammerdownhard.com. You can find pretty much everything on there. So, yay me.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. 100%. Angel, let's kick it back up to you for final questions from the two of us, or anything that's popped up when it comes to the fans.
No, that was my final question.
No problem, man.
Okay.
Absolutely. For sure. Is the board clear at the moment, my guy?
Yep.
Awesome. For sure. Well, Lonnie, bro, family, guy.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, man, for reaching out to us, but also being so open again for the experience, being down to talk about all the good things. We're happy. We were happy to assist with a little umbrella for the rain, but our biggest thing, which anyway, but this is something that Angel and I always like to address, is that our biggest focus is your enjoyment, how you felt, that you felt respected, that you felt that this was worth your time, and that you enjoyed the questions that were asked of you.
Hey, it's the first interview I've done in 2 years. So, you guys are obviously the best. So thank you.
No, we appreciate
Dover.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, the Dover affair. What's up, bro?
Oh, Mike. Hey, Mike was my drummer for quite a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had him on the show not too long
Hey,
ago.
Mike. Love Mike.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike's awesome. Yeah, he slid on for a quick interview with us a few weeks ago, which was super awesome. That Angel and Steve held down. So super duper awesome for that. We love Mike. Mike's absolutely fantastic. And Metal Summoners, thank you guys so very much as well. Make sure that you're following everything that Lonnie's doing. Follow hammerdownhard.com. And he's getting back out. You got the show on December 9th, and he's going to be looking to get out there in 2024 and stay live for new music and all that fun stuff.
Oh, hold on, DJ.
Sorry. Totally.
To know where to find them, Christy just posted where to find them on Facebook.
Awesome.
Instagram and Twitter. Thank you, Chrissy, for being on top of that.
Absolutely.
Like that.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. You guys are fantastic. Thank you for everything.
Absolutely, man. No, and thank you so much for sure. We appreciate you so much, man, and everything, and your constant love and support as well, man. We definitely appreciate you as well.
I'm sorry,
man. Thank you so much.
Oh no, there's the hidden track of the EP if it gets my title.
I couldn't say that with a
awesome.
face.
Man, you guys are great. I love you guys. Thank you for everything. And just keep doing what you're doing, because it's so great to be back on, and nice talking to you.
Always a pleasure, man. Absolutely. Love you back, bro. 100%. Metal Summoners, thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, we got a very, very cool episode for you guys next week. Just so you guys know, a little heads up for you guys. The announcements, of course, will come out over the weekend, but we're actually going to be doing a Thursday episode next week for my own personal request, courtesy of the guys for granting it to me. But Kiss is on their final tour, and the Baltimore show landed right smack on a Wednesday. So I was like, hey guys, I would really like to go to this. Are you guys down with a different day? And they were like, absolutely. So guest announcement will come out over the weekend, friends, for the Thursday episode that we're doing next week. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. It's going to be a very, very interesting episode. Very, very cool topics. So we're really, really excited to put that one out. But again, make sure that you guys are following Lonnie and everything that he's doing with Hammer Down Hard and hammerdownhard.com. You can follow Angel at AngelAlamo78 on Instagram. You can also find him on Facebook. You can also find me at Just a R&R Junkie on Instagram, as well as my Salem J page on Facebook, and my personal page can be found as well. And you can also find Bobby at BobbyDreyer.com and Psycho Steve Presents for Psycho Steve with what they're doing as well. And again, make sure that you're coming out in a month. So after everybody goes and supports Lonnie in Memphis, you guys can all come to Pennsylvania and you can support me and Angel as we host at Tourist Inn for a Rebel Heart show with Silver Tongue, Illusions of Grandeur, and Hate Grenade. So December's looking great when it comes to shows. What's up, Angel?
No, hey, if anybody is having a record release party, you want us to host anything, you want us to judge a battle of the bands for you, hit us up. Absolutely. I don't care where the hell it is. I'll be in California. I'll swim to Australia.
Right.
I'll go to the UK.
Love it.
Wherever to host.
But so thank you so much, fans. Guest announcement over the weekend. You guys take care of each other. Make sure that you're checking out Lonnie when he's live with Hammer Down Hard on December 9th. Yeah. And you can see me and Angel at the Rebel Heart Illusions of Grandeur Silver Tongue shows with Hate Grenade at Tourist Inn in York, Pennsylvania. And again, thank you so much again to the Coffin Bar in Lancaster, PA for the hospitality shown to myself and my girlfriend, Megan. Hope that you guys have continued success and you guys totally rock. Metal Summoners, you guys rock. We appreciate you guys so much. Have a fantastic weekend. Be good to each other. Love on each other. Do all good things. We'll see you guys in a week, and we appreciate you guys. As always, you know the deal. You've been watching the Metal Summit.